Good afternoon. The Chairman, Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocate Center, our legal department, co-comrades and reviewers, and Queen Mrs. Subishola live from our Ikeja and Avenue branch, who have a case of breach of trust or contract, rather reported by one Mr. Chukwuemeka and Okeke against Mr. Adewale Adeniji. The both parties are live in our office now here. Kindly join us as we intervene them for a peaceful resolution, and then visit our website on www.hrdac.org.ng for more useful information. Thank you very much. We'll be back to give you an update on the case of the child sexually molested by the 30, 39 or 37, 8 years old man. We'll be back in a moment. Please join us. Thank you. Okay. We can't hear you when you turn your mouth. Can we hear you, please?
Okay. My name is Chukwuemeka Okeke.
Okay.
Yeah. Should I go ahead?
Go ahead.
Okay. So in 2018,
Yeah.
when I was working with my former place of employment, a friend of mine, a trusted friend of mine, called me that they have a project. I'm an engineer. That they have a project in Asaba. That they're having challenge with an aspect of the project. That they don't have clear solution to it. That I should, because he has known me very well, and he knows the aspect of that I'm into electrical and mechanical works. And the company I was working with, that was the job we were doing then. So I told him, okay, so he connected me with the electrical engineer who is in charge of the project. So as we were talking, he sent the drawing, the engineering drawing, not the bill. There's engineering bill, there's engineering drawing. He sent the drawing. So I asked him for the bill so that I will price the job. He said they don't have bill, that I should generate the bill and price it and send to them. So I started working on it. As I was working on the bill, it's a very big project. As I was working on it, a friend of mine who works in the same office met me, say, what am I doing? I showed her. So I told her that I have faith in this job, that this job will work out. Though it's very massive, but it will work. So he now said, okay, instead of me doing it alone, that I may not be able to get as required, that I should meet one or two other companies that are specialized into the job so that they will send in their own quotation. Then I will now compare with what I will come up with. I said, okay, that's a good idea. So she suggested that we send to Mr. Adewale, who is the MD of ITEC. So she sent to him. Then I also have someone else that I sent to. Then within a short time, from his own end, the comment he made that this drawing looks extraordinary, that it's not possible that they will do this job. So that is big, that this project cannot be done in Nigeria, kind of.
More than expected?
Yes, it's more than he expected. So I persuaded the person that connected him to talk to him that there is hope in this project, that he should price it. And I was working on my own. Then within a short time, the person I sent to sent. So I compared my result and his results were a bit close. Then when he sent in his own bill, my bill was around 400 and something million. I'll call the figure. The person I sent to was around 600 and something million. When he sent his own was around 40 something million. I said, no, that this will not work. So I continued. I used the other person's own and I formalized it and sent. This was happening around January 2018. So I was following up. So many companies submitted, all right? So they were now shortlisting. So we got to a point that we are only 3 companies. They have shortlisted and they are okay with the technical aspect. So they shortlisted based on technical aspects. So we made it. And based on the person that connected me, I know that job is a sure job. So we are following up. Then along the line, when we are at the last stage in engineering project, The last stage is the commercial, where they will start now checking the company profile, the um, the how many jobs the company has done before, all those things. So when we got to that stage, my friend told me that their MD, because I registered my own, I was sending with my own personal company, not where I was working. I registered it in January 2018, and this was happening in 2018. So he said that my company is so young that they may not be able to award this contract to my company based on years of practical involvement in the job. You understand? So that I should look for a company,
an existing company,
yes, that has been, so that we partner. You understand? So that we partner together. In fact, to the point that we even come to site together and deliver the job, because the job is big. In fact, the company awarding the job, supposedly awarding the job to us, also partnered with another company to get the project. The company is a Chinese company that they partnered with, and they got the job. So he said it's not out of place. I should look for a company to partner with. I said, okay. So I met that my colleague. He's a lady. I asked her, what do you think? Mr. Moses has quoted. His quote is close. Mr. Wale, his quote is far. What do you think? Who do we partner with? She said, let's use Mr. Wale, because he has been working with as a subcontractor to my former company. So based on that, we now say, okay, let's use him and partner with him. So I told her to call him.
With his own company?
Yes, with him. So that in the commercial aspects, we will also pass and everybody will be happy.
So in which company will they award the contract?
Him, because of his background and because of the company is already existing in the field. Yes, that's the reason. But in terms of technicalities, my company passed because I was the person issuing the drawings, the bill and all that. So she said, let's use him. I said, okay. She contacted him and told him, see, so project reported so time that they've invited for final negotiation. So he said that he doesn't even, that he should send that.
The other people bidding?
There were other people. We have more than 15 companies, but we've been shortlisted. It's only 3 remaining.
Okay.
Yes, but all the correspondences from the company that is awarding the contract was coming to me, to my email, my company email. So she now said, let's use him. So when I met him, when she called him, he told her to forward the bill that he sent to us then, that he quoted. So now she now
told me. How many months later?
The bill was around like January, February, within January, February. But the invitation is not happening around August, September.
And you think the price will still be that, the quotation will still remain the same?
We'll still have room in case of adjustments. You know,
okay.
the way we do bill, like a project, you don't even know when they will award.
Mm-hmm.
We have to put allowance.
It's all right.
So that allowance, I built it, I did it, and I submitted it. So I know the allowance I put in case of fluctuation of prices. Then, and another thing we did, we separated labor from material costs. So even if there is change in price, the material, the client will supply, and that goes to them. So labor remains almost the same. So that's the way we do it. So when we now met, when she told him, so we forwarded, he said, you want to see the bill that they are interested in. So we sent to him. He looked at it. We told him that we need this letterhead so that we now forward it fully. He also sent his company profile, which we now use to package and send. So within a short time, they invited me, because they don't know him. They invited me for physical negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
We've met severally, but this one is with their MD, management team. So I now said, okay, that this is time for me to go and meet him, sit and talk.
Yeah.
The meeting was to be on a Friday. I went on a Wednesday so that I'll be able to travel to Asaba on Thursday to meet them on Friday. So I met him in his office. I told him, this is the deal. Your bill is low. I have built up this bill to this level. My plan is for us to get this job. My company name is Fizok Engineering Limited. His company name is iTech Network Limited. We partner together. My company will be under silenced. Your company will be exposed. But when we meet on site, everybody knows his job to do. We coordinate and do our job, and everybody will be happy. That was, in fact, it's as if I'm repeating the same thing I told him. So he gave me one of his boys who also tried to market what they are doing. I said, you don't need to market your company. I know you're ready. When I was in my former company, most of their drawings come to me. I vet it before I submit to our clients.
Is it an architectural drawing or how?
Is electrical, is the job is like this CCTV camera,
It's okay.
all those extra low voltage
Magnitude.
aspect, extra low voltage aspect of electrical. So after I met with his boy, I told the boy that I so want to meet him again. We went upstairs to his office, his personal office.
So what now happened?
So after we met, we went to Asaba and we negotiated. We got the job was awarded. The award, the template that you read first, accept before you now go for physical signing, was sent to my personal mail. The bill that was approved and awarded was my bill. You understand? So after the job was awarded, was awarded labor only, not material. So the client will supply material. So we are supposed to do only labor. And the cost of that labor was 82 million with some fractions. Okay, I built it up. I know the factors I considered in building the price. So when I now came back to him, sir, this job has been awarded. How do we mobilize to site? How do we do it? To cut the long story short, he said he's not going to work with me, that he does not know me, my capability. He does not trust my engineering knowledge or whatever, the way he put it then. I may not be able to say it as he said it then. So I said, okay, so what do you want me to do now? That this job, because this was happening in September, I resigned because of this job, because the team was now taking a lot of physical presence.
Mhm.
So I resigned from my former employment because of it. I told him, sir, that because of this job and the trust I have in this job, I have resigned from my place of work. What do you want me to do now? And I didn't get into this job to just collect money. No. I get into this job to do it, even if I'm not the person fully involved in it. At least I should be able to say that I partnered with so and so company to deliver so and so job for tomorrow's sake. I pleaded with him and I told him. He said he's sorry. At a point, I brought a friend to help me beg him. He said he's not going to work with me. Under one, that he only have one option for me. Because the bill is 82 million naira. I also made provision for, in case we are paying, we are giving them discount. And if there's any PR here and there to do, all those allowances was made. Okay? So he said the only thing he will do for me is that he's going to give me 5 million. That is what he's going to do for me. I told him, sir, I'm not after the money because I know my background. I'm after doing the work. Even if after doing the work, I'm unable to make that 5 million, I will be satisfied that I'm involved in social. He said no, outrightly, that this is my option. He now said, okay, in addition to that 5 million, that if they award him to he was using the word award us the supply of material. That
Instead of labor.
No, they've awarded labor already.
John, go ahead.
Okay, they have awarded labor already. He now say if they add the supply of material to the labor to us, that he's still going to compensate me more apart from the 5 million. So when I now said, okay, that I have no other option, instead of going empty-handed, if this is what you will offer me, no problem, let me go.
John should make use of his walkie-talkie, and people should reduce the noise of that place.
So I said, instead of going empty-handed, after struggling for so much and involving, in fact, the total cost of that job by my pay was around 600 and something million. And so to get such project is not something you just sit somewhere and it will come. No, a lot of things were involved. So after investing all this, instead of going empty-handed, okay, give me the 5 million. Change it again. That the 5 million is going to be based on how he's paid.
What?
How he is being paid by the client. That if the client pays him 10%, that he will give me 10%. If the client pays him 20%, he will give me 20% of that 5 million. If the client pays him, as it goes. I told him, sir, this is not fair. I brought this job. I suffered for it. I know what went through, both physically and spiritually. People that were involved, that we are trying to deny this resource. I told him, he was there during this final conversation. I told him all this. Don't deny me this. Even if you want to deny, okay, you have said you are giving this, can't you just release this for me, at least for introducing your company to this level of this high project? Yes, you have not worked with me, don't trust me, but all the people we have been working with, none of them has been able to bring this level of project to you. I brought it. What is my payback? So now I pleaded with him, he struggled to give me 2 million. That period, he paid the 2 million. Truly, I have the bank transaction, they paid. Then, along the line, since 2018, as the job was moving on, at some point I would call him, sir. See, because I have friends there, friends that when I was doing my master's in Unilag, we did masters together in 2012. So they know me very well. So when they were telling me what is going on, that is this man seeing me? Is this man seeing me? This and that. I said, after that one, nothing else. I have called him, I have followed, I have begged, I have pleaded, I have texted, I have WhatsApped. In fact, it got to a point we became friends on LinkedIn. I messaged him on LinkedIn, because he blocked my number at some point. I couldn't get him again. I don't know for now, but then, so I stopped calling him. So any avenue I see on LinkedIn, I sent him message. I couldn't get him again and all that. So that is, I've been looking for solution. I don't know. I'm not spiritual. I only know my God. So when I saw your Facebook display, I said that this, let me explore this. So that is why I'm here. I submit.
So what exactly is your petition in that your request?
It's for him to.
What exactly did both of you agree on that you are looking up to him to?
He said he will pay me 5 million.
Okay.
He has paid 2. It's remaining 3. Then he now said, for me to agree on that 5 million, that if the supply of material, the gadgets, are awarded to him, that he will add more support. But
to the 5 million.
Yeah, but we did not agree on any figure.
Okay, did they later award?
Yes.
Both the supply and the.
They did. So apart from that 2 million, I've not gotten any other thing from him. I've not been reaching him. I couldn't reach him. I couldn't text him. I couldn't WhatsApp him.
Sorry, so let's hear from Mr. Adewale.
Thank you for the lunch, madam.
Maybe you help me pull your this thing up so that
the first thing I want to say to you, Emeka, is this. Besides where we are, there's God. Everything we do. And then there's karma, I'm a student of karma. What goes around comes around. I'm going to say this to you. I'm not sure you want to say this. I'm going to be forever grateful to you for the opportunity. But see, there are a lot of the parts that you omitted. I can understand that. I'm very, very grateful to you. Okay? And I'm not sure Madam wants you and I to break each other's neck. There's a reason why the communication broke down. So, Madam, so this is what happened. I'm just going to summarize it.
Yeah.
To just make it, this job is talking about is still in progress. As we speak, I have taken money from a bank to buy the materials that were being paid in trickle. Again, he's done me well. I mean, he's done good. But the truth is, the word he used that really hurt me was, I told him, I don't want to work with him. What we said is, look, how do you want? He came truly. He did all he has to do. He met his people. He came. And I said, look, I'm into ELV. This company is the name on that contract. Should anything go wrong, we'll be talking serious problem. We'll be talking EFCC. It's state government. I'm not going to risk my 21 years in the business on somebody I've not worked with. But let's do it like this. Bring your people. My people will supervise and work with your people. His idea is that he wants to do some sections. While my people, I said, no. I would rather let us, like you said, let's go to site together. My people will ensure that the delivery by your people are good. If something goes wrong, they're not going to come for you. All these people you knew on the ground, they're not the one that signed the paper. When you were going to, he put my name down, not his name. So if anything goes wrong, it's me that they're going to hold. So is that you do that? Then he said, okay, he has heard. Then he left. He now came saying, you know what? I don't want to participate again. You go and do it or settle me. Look, don't let's go back and forth. It doesn't matter anymore. At the end of the day, the money was paid. He had made agreement with some people to whatever agreement they had. The day they paid, the money was 82 million or so. They divided the payment into 4 tranches. I mean, there's the first what's the that's why we came.
The first advance payment. Yes. Gave us
20%.
Yes.
20% of that money was paid. You know, that's what they were paying. So they were paying that money in tranches. And I said, look, this was happened. The man you had an agreement with, whatever you had, came to us, they got that day, collected 10 million from 20 million that were paid.
Which man is that?
Those are the people that were helping him on the inside to facilitate the job. And I came in at that time, agreement has been reached. When the man was
asked, you are part of it.
It's okay. Like I said, argument, we're not here.
You are part of the you are part of
the okay, it's fine. I'm part
but
of
you know that someone went to take 10 million.
See,
yes or no?
Let me tell you what happened. The bill was 72 million.
No, the question I asked is, are you in agreement with anyone to take 10 million?
We agreed.
But is there anybody existing like that? That's the question I want to.
Yes. So we agreed. We agreed. I told him, this is what so and so person is saying before will be considered.
And you had an agreement with them.
We have an agreement with him that
excuse
he
me, if I Mr. Meka, hold on.
Yes.
If I listen to you carefully, you said you did almost 80% of the negotiation, the running around, to ensure the contract is approved.
Yes.
And until your company was rejected based on the less experience in the field.
Okay.
That you have to approach him.
Yes.
As someone you knew from your former place of work. Right?
Yes.
You've met this man before.
Yes.
Of course, there have never been any physical or one-on-one transaction.
No.
But you knew him.
Yeah.
And you approached him that the company should be used, right?
Yes.
I know what I'm asking because I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done that severally. I've gone to bid. A contract have been awarded. So many companies' name, but I'm the one in and out running the contract.
Yeah.
At times, the logistics of me staying in the hotel, traveling to Abuja, following up the payment, for the fact that I know who is in charge of the contract and the money will be paid. Whoever maybe they awarded the contract in his name based on your agreement.
Yeah.
If you have trust, there is not always written agreement.
No written agreement. And
that is if you feel the person you are dealing with have integrity. You trust the person and ask you go ahead, release that. It has happened. I can name more than 4 or 5 people I've had business transaction with. In Lagos here, their names, their company were used for the approval of the contract. But I know who owns the job. Yes. So if that is the initial agreement, did you tell him from the beginning that you have your own equipment? Because I believe you are working. You've
Yes.
never been an employer.
I was working in a company
As
but
an employee.
as an employee, but I have, as an engineer,
Yeah.
I have contacts and clients that I do my personal job with, which now
Yes.
gave me the ground to be able to register my own personal company.
Okay.
Yes.
These issues will be by God's grace will be attended to, and there will be a peaceful resolution
All right.
from what I'm seeing. Okay?
Yeah.
Can I just
Let him finish his statement. So that
see? Like I said, this does not serve anybody well. Back and forth. This experience that he has acquired, with due respect to him, it has no relevance to the service that this project has in demand. We're talking security, extra low voltage, a lot of systems. When they showed me the drawing from get I said, this is not going to work. That's my comment. That this drawing that you have sent is not going to work. But they had gone ahead.
not going to work that is substandard.
The design is wrong, it's faulty, it's overpopulated, they've done whatever they have to do. And I'm not going to provide a price for a drawing that does not constitute a solution. And I told them
But what did they present there?
Yes.
Is it the drawing that they
They
approved?
just the drawing that has been approved, they've done their homework, they've done the drawing. It was the drawing that was sent to me.
Not
Drawing.
me that did the drawing.
I said,
Consultants.
wait now.
From
Hey,
state
but he
government.
knows you.
So
You
when,
can contact Mr. A, do this, Mr. B, do that, but at the long run, he knows only you. All those things come through you.
so when he gave me the drawing, I said, look, this drawing is not a working solution. Any build that is made from this drawing will backfire, even to install. So, but based on, he was very persistent. I said, you know what, we can make this work. So, but he has done his own work, he has done everything, packaged the whole thing together, he got the job. I'm just trying to go through the main point.
Yeah.
He got the 80 million naira. The man, they paid 20% of that 82 million naira or so. That man flew in from Asaba that day, took 10 million out of that 20 million they paid. I was like, this is not done. Why don't we let's pay you
And the
20?
job have not started.
We've not even mobilized. And I called his attention. We had no issues. And like I said again, this is extra low voltage. Even if this is your service that you are expertise in, I will still want to be on top of my game when you're on site. Because if you were going to be able to do it 100%, I won't be in the picture. Now you have put me in the plate. I remain grateful, like I said to you. So to cut long story short, I said, look, Emeka, he came after all this, he came one day and said, pay me off, let me go. I can't pay you off for a job that is still running. I've not been paid off. The only reason why I stopped having conversation is difficult to lay ground for conversation that will yield result. It became very aggressive. It became very, very, very unreasonable. I can't pay you off. I don't like your attitude. My office is there. I don't lock my door. The day you called me, I didn't even know my people had collected later. I had to call back that I'm so sorry that my people collected. I didn't even know it was there. And I tried to make amends because I was not there. So this is not my nature to have this. It's money. What is due to you is due to you. I said, okay, I'll give you 5 million. Whatever they pay me, I'll pay you in that amount. I never saw you. I stopped communicating with you because you were making my life miserable. But I never locked the door to my office. The lady that brought you to me, I talk to her every day. And you said you resign your job because of this job. You failed to mention to madam that this same project gave you some other services that you did by yourself. So why are you trying to create a scenario that I'm a very, very bad person? You are doing other services for the same project they gave you. But it doesn't bother me. That's not my problem. My problem is that you have introduced me.
Other services house.
Oh, he's the mechanical engineer. They gave him other
Let me
mechanical. Let me
Don't
finish.
allow him now.
While I was there, you came, you told me, or the people that you're working with there told me that, okay, you are in charge of certain aspect of it. I'm happy for you. Your money is not my money. Okay? But don't make it look like I've drilled a hole in your life, in your career. You left Bomis Engineering by your reckoning. The man you left is my boss. This job we are doing, he knew about Mr. Boris. This is what your man is doing. Do you want me to take the job or not? That's his own boss. He said, well, go ahead. Well, I'm sorry. Former boss, sorry, with due respect, sir. I said, that is it. So what I'm saying to you is that since you disappeared, if you go to Tokwe that introduced us, Tokwe, you come to my office and scatter it upside down, you get paid. But you can't come to my office and try to become unreasonable. try to become aggressive. It does not work. I have no issues. I don't have no issues with his money. If he wants his money based on what we pay, he will be paid.
Okay, since he was paid, is it that they have not paid any money
They've,
since
they've
that
made
time?
payments, but we stopped talking. Yes, they've made payments on that, on the labor aspect. They made payments. And I'm the one that came to you and said, do you know what? The material aspect has been awarded. Okay? Everything is going to work out well for us. But first, this project is more important than me and yourself. I'm the only one financing this project. I'm the one that does all the ordering with my money. Sorry, bank's money. I'm not going to give you from bank's money until the client pays. As we're speaking, the MD called me this afternoon. I can show you my phone list. He called me, he's begging, I'll give you this amount, bring this material. Every time he pays, he does. Now the money, the job was awarded at 360 naira for $1. Madam, we're doing 526. All the fluctuation has not been resolved. You want me to pay you off? I can't. So as sorry to cut the long story short, the project is still ongoing. We're at a very advanced stage, but we have the materials in store. The money has been paid, certain payment has been made on labor, which of course is due. I don't need to write it down. I know what I've been paid. What percentage have been paid labor now as we speak?
About 70.
70%. So we they pay 20%, they paid another 50%, correct? So he has 50% of that amount to collect. And we'll be happy to disburse.
Okay, let's do it. Let's come this way. I want to, in life, every human being have your steps is like ladder,
I agree with you, very true.
and there is nobody in this life that is what, how do I put it? Every human being is important. Who you think may not be important to you, God will position that person to be important to you. And if you trash the person like a being, in turn you will have yourself to be blamed. Why not look into that useless man, useless woman, in quotes, as you feel the person is? First and foremost, I want to say, if you really want to go far in life, you are still a very young man, very, very young. Excuse me, sir. You are not 70, you are not 80,
Okay.
you are not 90,
Okay.
you are not 100.
That's
So you are
prayer.
still far.
Yes.
You are still very, very young. And for somebody to grow up in business and you attain such age in good health, your children are okay. There is nobody. We have seen so many people here. They can't make mention of their weight, but they don't have good health. One first is for you to have good health, then you talk about the finance, the financial wealth. But health is the highest wealth you ever wish to have first. If, let me just say, you are bad today, but you are not bad yesterday, ask me why.
Yes.
If this Mr. Emeka happen to know you as a dubious person or as a bad man when you were coming to his boss, he wouldn't have in any way want to come close to you, and trusting his sweat, his effort in your hands. After all, he have a boss that had been paying him. And I don't think, as at the time he was running helter-skelter to get that job, he was still working. So if you really want to build more connection, you can work for someone, and at the point when God says it's over, both of you can part way. You can part way peacefully. You will still be working together. You still respect the person as your boss. Come what, no matter the level of your weight, you will always know whom you have ever served, because someone else will serve you. There is nothing bad, nothing spoiled if you take that decision to approach his boss, to work with his boss, and allow his boss company to be used.
His boss doesn't offer that service.
It's not true.
Hold on.
It's not true.
All the ELVs are given to us by bonus.
Subcontracts. For just don't go
Let's
there.
say I mention his boss.
Your drawings come to
Excuse
me.
me,
and I get it.
excuse me. I mention his boss,
Thank you.
but it could be anybody. It must not be you.
Yeah.
So if this happen by divine arrangement, by God divine intervention, not for your prayer, not for your effort, not for your words, not that you are related to him, but something happened along the line. And that thing that lead this person to ever think about you and choose you among many, it should be respected for that. One. If for however the highest thing anybody you cannot buy on this planet Earth is trust. Trust and hate. You can't buy trust. You build it. Both in relationship, in business, in marriage, name them. You don't buy it, you build it. I can't give you money and ask you trust me. No. I can still sell that conscience with same money. Then you build the trust for somebody to trust you. And he has seen you as one among the integrity personalities. Then he went ahead to do all this. I'm a contractor. I did contract with federal government, with NAMA, NCAA, and all that. And even when I was doing the contract, I knew people that submitted their quotation. I submitted mine. They will award the contract in the course of bidding. They award the contract to my own company. But okay, this company is not experienced, so I know what he was talking about. As at the time they were supposed to award contract in my company, it was still very fresh. And the needed company that is already existing, that have been experienced, and them also not to fall victim of maybe someone running away with money, and the government parastatals or whoever is involved in the contract will have itself or herself to be blamed. So they want a company that is already existing, that have some experiences in such area. Then you can approach someone you trust. Can we do this? There should be an MOU from the beginning. This is how it is. I source the contract. This is my percentage. If the contract is awarded in your company, this is what you have to pay me first. Even if the contract, if you are being mobilized or not. Some will pay the contract seeker. Those are the hustlers. They know how to go about it. There are people that goes in to go and hustle contracts, and all you need, you just give them money, stay in the hotel, go and pursue this contract, ensure they give to you. They can just move. Both men and women, they do that. How did they go about it? How did they get the contract is not your concern. But your concern, let the contract come. And you have an MOU with the person. Some you pay the person upfront. Go on with your contract. The contract has been awarded in your company's name. Pay me off, move on. However, if they pay you whatever billions or millions or thousands you get as your profit, move on with it. And it's a situation like that when the contract seeker is not directly involved in the execution of the contract. You pay them off and everybody goes their separate way. And if you as the head in the contract are in quotes now, if what they quoted for was not comfortable by you, because I can say you are more experienced in the field than him, despite he's going into it and he still knows some things that he needed to do, you will know if this contract is not favorable or not. So if you go through the contract, which it has happened to me too, I have quoted, they approved from NAMA, and who I approached said, okay, well, though you did not quote much, but I'm happy that they are awarded. But how is the payment going to be? Do you know someone there that can easily approve the payment, because the more the payment delay, the tendency that I may also make some expenses in case government change hands because of the payment. I say no, the payment to be done immediately, which with that, okay, you agreed. Then if you agreed with him that 5 million will be given to him, the total sum is how much?
The labor cost.
The total cost of the contract.
Okay, when I was
the total sum
is
is how
labor only
much?
82 million.
Labor 82 million.
Yes.
Then the supply is how much?
The supply then should be around 500 and something, but that was awarded to him when I was now out of the
500 and something million.
500 and something million.
And did they change?
That's not correct.
I'm coming. Did they
The
change?
bill I submitted.
Did you submit additional? I mean, a new quotation.
Yes.
You submitted a new quotation,
Yes,
which is less than his.
Yes.
Which is less than his quotation.
I never saw his quotation, so this was
No, you had
No,
him
you
say
can't say
500
that.
and something.
Yeah, of course it's less. I don't have, yes, it's far less. You have
Far
less, far less.
Far less.
I think it's about
377.
377, yes.
377 million.
Yes, thereabout, yes.
Okay.
That's the truth. You are cheeky.
No,
I
hold
gave
on.
you the bill that was
I'm
awarded.
telling
to
you.
him.
Emeka,
Yes, ma'am.
come what may.
Yeah.
I am not talking about the bills, but a contract, we've done contracts. As I'm sitting here, those that knows me know that I've been doing contracts. Contract of 80 something million, contract of 300 and something million. 5 million is a coin.
No.
Excuse me, sir.
It was on the labor. The
Hold
5
on.
million only attached the labor, not the material.
Yes.
The 377 arrangement is
you
different.
even make more money in the supply than even the labor.
Can I just check
Yes.
something, man?
I'm coming, sir. I don't want to, I've laid a different foundation
That's
before
what
we
I'm saying
started
to you, so that
this
it will help
case. So,
the case.
yeah,
The 5 million question is just after the man came and took 10 million away.
yeah.
The lady that introduced us that gave him 400,000, 400,000, just
That's your settlement of somebody that referred to you. That's
but you are the one.
consign
You are
me.
the one that Tokba is the one that brought you to me.
No.
Hey, hold on. That is what
Tokba
he's saying.
referred you to me.
What I'm saying is, it's very, very necessary. You cannot sit in the comfort of your house, sir, without all these people effort and you get such contracts.
Madam, I agree.
Because you guys can still do more. The word is still very small.
What I'm saying is, after the man came 10 million 400, and is the 82 million.
Yeah.
The 20 million advance was paid. It was that 82 million that the 5 million was attached to, not the materials.
That's the initial contract.
So the 5 million was not total of almost that'd be madness. That'd be unfair. That'd be injustice.
I told you.
Yeah.
So
Let
me finish.
I hate this. I don't like this.
It doesn't add up. And I said, okay, you know what? Push the labor out. So the 5 million also has to do with only that labor. The 377, I can actually open my system and show you the exact contract sum that was signed. Everything was here was signed by the client and us. And I said, okay, you know what? Thank you, God. Because the labor is the materials man for us. That's a different thing. It is the 5 million that has got to do with only the labor, man. Only the labor. And it's not really 80 million now. We're talking about 70 million.
72.
Okay. 72. Forget what Tokwe took. 72 million.
Okay, you promise that if the supply is also awarded,
yes,
that you are going to compensate him or appreciate him from that.
That's correct, man.
Okay,
and that has not changed.
Okay, what do you intend compensating with? Because I would not want Emeka is not a quiet person, and I would not want
that's exactly why that's why because I don't
deal directly with this office.
I don't have the energy to do what he wants to do.
He's still a young guy. His blood is hurting.
And but
he needs money. That's why
he's not going to give
Emeka have calculated how many millions he's got. He wants to live in Banana Island.
Okay.
and they refuse to award the contract.
Okay, so madam, what I'm saying is beyond money, we're all guided by natural laws.
Yeah.
Good. So when I said to him, it was difficult for me to manage Emeka. That's why we got to this point that nobody was talking. So it's a good thing that he has routed this towards you, so that whatever I'm going to do is going to come towards you. So he doesn't have to come to my office and then
No problem. That is how it's going to be. So
Exactly.
once he has reported, they will deal with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm
from
saying.
the
So,
office
Shola,
or
please, we
relate to
take it from there. All our correspondence is going to be with Madam or whoever you assign to handle the account. I know you're busy.
him.
Okay? So, they've done the 70%. I'm going to go back to the office. If you have to maybe do any paperwork for you now
Yeah.
to assure of the timeline to
Yeah.
pay him what is due to be done. Right now, as for the labor aspect of it, the last time we checked, how much of our money is through it?
About one, so you mean labor?
That is no. The materials. We've resolved labor only.
Okay.
He has paid 70% total.
Yes.
We're going to do an undertaking with Madam. How
Yeah.
timeline that due to you will be paid
Yeah.
via Madam. So I'm talking. Madam now said for the material that you've gotten, you're going to compensate him. I was trying to make a point. Now I can't. We're at a point with the job that besides the fluctuation, I use around that time we're funded, so we shipped in most of the materials. And at a point, there COVID came, we couldn't ship it, so we had a lot of problems. They have not finished paying us. We're being owed heavily, but they are paying in tranches, in bits and pieces. And every time they pay, I send to the bank. So I cannot make a direct commitment on that until he says they're going to pay us next week. That's what he said. If I get money next week, whatever I'll give to him, I'll give to him. The first one,
The total money. Well, we just want to know because we don't want him to go about. He wants this. This is what he promised. If he tell us, okay, from this thing, this is what I'm going to pay. That is the only. That is what you undertake. Then we'll feel okay if you are making the payment instead of
for the labor,
let him not think otherwise.
I can tell you for the labor, whether we finally paid or not, I'll do a timeline to pay him his own 5 million. Like you said, it made sense to have said, you know what? When it came to me, pay me off, let me go my way. That didn't click. I didn't process it like that. But you emphasize the point.
Yeah.
Some people get you, they do their sweat, they get you this job.
Yeah.
They don't want to be involved. Or for some reason, the pay me off you was using with the tone. I did not process it in fairness to God.
Sorry, we could not talk about pay off because it's government job. And they don't know what will happen.
No, they do.
No. Madam is right.
They do.
If somebody gets you a job, you bear the consequence. If I know what he's doing, yes.
And mine, even some other people have approached. Please, I want you to get a contract for me. Let's know. But if you get this contract, how much I'm going to pay you? They will pay you off. They'll go and move on with their contract. But the negotiation is that they will have to balance it.
No, she's right.
Left, right. If risk comes, they will stand for it. If it doesn't come, they move on. Yes. You cannot feel okay. Yes. No, I cannot pay. You just pay them. Many are doing it. Yeah.
You're spot on. That was why you're really spot on. So I will do a timeline for the 5 million. I will need you to indulge me. Okay? Because this labor only thing, it was not like a free check. They had their prices from China, we submitted our prices, and then because we look better, that's why we finally were giving the award. And when we were giving the award, the payment was, there's so many gory details that we don't want to be. The payment was such that was frustrating. You understand, madam? So what I want to say, indulge me. I will do a timeline for this labor. What is today? Today is 9. By what time can I do another correspondence so I can work out what I know is fair and is possible? I don't want to come to your office. I know what? I'll give you 200 million. Yes. I'll give you 200. Then I say, no, I don't want to do stories. Indulge me. Let me go back to my drawing board. We know what our commitments are. Okay, madam, I've resolved. We're going to pay Mr. Emeka this amount of money in addition to the labor we have agreed.
It's all right.
That way we're spot on the agreement. There's no going back.
It's all right. The what is it called? The one that they have paid already on the labor.
That's why I said I'm going to do you. I just do a timeline.
No, that one you guys have agreed already on 5 million.
Yes.
So the balance of the 3 million.
Yes, it's what I'm going to tell you.
They have made some payments.
They have, yes. They paid 50% more. Yes.
You should know what is due for him on 50% now. Do you need to go and calculate it again?
No, I'm not. Well, see, look, that's why the bad is my calculator. Look, but I have to, honestly, I'm so.
Because I wouldn't want you to pay him a piecemeal.
Madam,
so that at least he can make use of the money.
Coming to you.
Yeah.
It's coming to you.
Yes.
We will have an understanding, and believe, madam, I don't want to make this look as messy as it is already. This is my fourth time after 21 years in the business, in a situation like this. It's not very. You're a good person. I enjoy the lunch, but it's not.
You say enjoy the lunch.
Yes, but it's not a good way to. You understand? I don't want to go. I hear a lot of things on the TV here. I don't want it to be my route. So, what does the 50% additional payment? What does it translate to? Shall I quickly?
I'm too good in calculating that. I know.
You are
how
a
to
contractor
calculate
now,
it.
so you will know now.
So let's go straight to the point I'm
And
calculating.
okay, 5 million will be times 70%.
Sorry, mother, can I say something?
Yeah,
You know why it's as if
50% of how much?
Of 5 million.
Of 5 million.
That's 2.5.
That is 2.5 now.
No, he has been given 2 million.
Yes.
So what we just need to do is, okay, for that 5 million, let's say, okay, the 70% of it.
Mother, sorry.
You want to give him 70%?
No, we just calculate 70%, then we remove this 2 million from it. 2 million that have been given.
No, they've been giving 70% of the labor cost according to them. That's what he said.
If you have been giving 70%, left with 30%, you're almost done with the payment. So why not pay him off? On that. Yes, sir. That's how it should be.
Can I say something?
No, Emeka. Because you say something and that you say will provoke something else.
No, not really. It's just to clear the ground and so that we understand some things.
Give me the details before 12 o'clock tomorrow. There'll be 2 million here. On Monday, there'll be another 1 million. So we close the 5 million. Does that work for you?
Yes. It's okay. Then the other ones, they work on it and revert. Yeah. Thank you. It's better. Let's not.
It's not. I'm not a troublesome person.
Really?
You're not a troublesome person.
He's saying it.
You don't have. I don't understand.
Do you know?
That taking from place.
Do you know? When they called me for this negotiation of this job was when my wife put to bed that day.
Okay, that's why you are angry.
I have put in a lot of.
But it was a good thing.
Physical and
Some
spiritual.
are looking for children.
That's what
and
I'm
you,
saying.
your wife, put to bed.
Wait now.
Is
wait.
that not a thing of joy?
Do you know that? Well, let me.
Emeka, are you from Anambra?
Yes, I'm from East.
I know.
Let me. Do you know, mother? Do you know? This job, Mr. Wale, you owe me a lot, but let's leave it to God.
You are just
in this
something.
job, in
Don't
this introduction,
let me
do you know how many jobs he has gotten
From which
in that place? Which he did firefighting. He did firefighting reticulation.
What is reticulation?
I know what is reticulation piping.
Me?
Yes, you did. It was awarded to you. I know. See, I may not be there. Cool down.
No, I'm
Emeka,
trying
hold on. Let me
I know what
hold
I
on.
know. I know
When
what
you are
God is
saying
going to do
hold
for
on,
me.
hold
But
on.
let it be to God.
The information they gave
Emeka.
you, they didn't give you proper information. You can go back.
Emeka.
Leave stories.
Emeka,
Yes, ma'am.
when before you and Mr. Adeniji, you are still far junior, right? So you have a promising future.
Of course, by the grace of God.
So leave every other thing to God.
Yes.
People like you, they are still hustling to be paid 30,000 as a monthly salary. Some are still looking for a job. Where you are today is not, you are not the most brilliant person.
Yes.
You are not the most wisest person. You are not even close to anything perfect in your faith. But if God chooses you, pray to your God and allow the rest to him.
Yeah.
Whatever, let him fight for you. And you don't know who you are meeting after him. So your seed will not lost. God will still have other way to compensate you. And the life has not ended. Both of you are young. You must still think, oh, if not for this, even if you remember the child's school fees he paid out of this, if not for Emeka, I wouldn't have. One day, some days, he will still call, Emeka, can you come and do this? And that is how life is. He's not seeing you as an enemy, and I don't want you to see him as an enemy, because both of you are still in the field. He is not close to his retirement age. You are just starting life. So don't work based on they say, he says. Because who is feeding you, you may not, don't trust nobody except what you know within yourself. Trust no me. If I give you information, you don't know the source of my information. You don't know if I gather the proper and facts information. I may lay it to you, you will misinterpret it, or say it based on what I give to you. So as far as you are not directly involved in whatever that is going on there, some other persons are feeding you. Just assume whatever he says is true. He may not be telling you the truth, he might be telling you the truth, but only person I'm talking here based on what you say. It's only God that knows the truth. Who is saying truth among both of you? But I, on my own, preside over the matter based on my little knowledge and experience, and by God's grace. So let's just allow all that to lie. Life has not ended. I still believe you guys will do something together again. Right?
So far. Thank you.
So, does it include the account number that will credit now?
Yes, we'll add it there.
All right.
Right. We'll give you the account number.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Shall I please take the account number? Help me, because my reading glasses does not let me see.
Oh,
No, don't let me
okay.
feel it and I'll sign.
All right.
That will be virus. Thank you for your wisdom.
I need water, please. Thank you. You don't care for water?
I do. I really want water. Yes. I'm thirsty already. Yes.
Bring more.
Thank you.
Make I care for water?
No, thank you. Can I sit there? The AC is coming directly to me.
You can off it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for being with us. Kindly visit our website on www.hrdac.org.ng. We have come to an end of this case for peaceful resolution. We'll update you as soon as Emeka's money is paid. God bless you and thank you for being with us. I'll be back in a moment. There is a result of DNA test, but the both parties are not residing in Lagos. We'll be announcing the DNA test results shortly after this case. Have a wonderful day.